Want to come here and be toxic? I'm all for it, bro.
Honestly, the toxic little devil living inside of me.
Is it there? Yeah,
it's always there every day.
I love that. Bro,
you know, like the things I consume. My sense of humor is the complete opposite to my politics. So you know, like there's so many things that happen online,
that stuff, bro. I love
and
that.
I can't engage with it. I'm like, I have to bookmark it because if I'm seen liking it, I'm getting cancelled.
But then that shows, yeah. This is a good place for us to start, yeah. That shows, yeah. We can even we're even in, yeah. That shows, yeah, that if man was to take a microscope on all the people that we kind of judge, yeah, and then they do it on us in terms of our daily lives, yeah, we do look a bit weird and look funny in the light.
But everyone, I'm very obvious. Like, I'm very open that I'm trash.
Yeah.
But I would never want to do something publicly that hurts somebody.
Yeah.
So you know we've all got our private things.
Yeah.
Like everyone fucks. You're not gonna do it on the street in front of everybody, are you? Because it would offend somebody.
I mean,
well, I mean, depends where you're at. You know what I mean?
It depends where you're at.
For the most part,
it depends who you are.
Some things are just for you, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your friends.
But sometimes you got, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Public displays of affection, innit?
Yeah.
I must say, yeah.
That's what I do. I dip my toe in with the toxicity. You know what I mean?
Nah, bro, you got to fully commit, bro.
I can't,
bro. You got to pledge allegiance or nothing. You know, one's H.
I got money to make.
Oh, I love that.
Money I have to make. You know what I mean? I can't be broke forever.
No.
Cut this out. Jokes.
But we live. #AfterGuffPod. We are back for another week of podcasting. You didn't hear the usual come on because Vans ain't here this week. He's on daddy daycare duty. So yeah, we'll probably check him in at some point whilst we're recording, so you can at least say hello to the people.
Yeah, defo, man.
You know,
you lot knew I was coming, so you decided no one was coming today.
No, don't do that. I'm still here.
I feel really good about that. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh my day,
guy.
Thanks for having me, guy man. Yeah. Richie Brave's with us this week. The bravest.
Am I though? Because you started and I didn't even know, and I was talking up the things already.
No, come on, me. We've got you patterned, man. Don't worry, man. Because I need to make sure you're comfortable.
You know the title, the cancelling of Richie Brave.
No. No one's gonna get cancelled, bro.
I'm joking. I don't even believe in cancel culture. It's fine.
No one's gonna get cancelled, man. You're good, man. You're good. I appreciate you coming down still, even though, like, you know, Vans ain't here, Chrissy ain't here as well. You ain't met Chrissy. You like Chrissy?
No, yeah, definitely, man.
You'd like Chrissy, but H is here as well. So
Chrissy doesn't like me because she didn't turn up. But
Chrissy's proper unwell.
Joke. Get well soon, Chrissy.
Yeah, get well soon, Chrissy. But yeah. Come to work, innit?
I'm joking.
She's gonna hear this because she was probably excited because she wasn't here last week. So, but yeah, shout out to all our peoples, man. But yeah, man, radio presenter.
Yeah, it's weird having a camera on me because I don't know, like, I'm gonna forget to suck in my stomach at some point. And then
you shouldn't have done that because now you've highlighted it, yeah?
Do you know what I mean? Now everyone's going to be looking like, can we see his belly?
This is why you got to sit like me.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know when the belly's so solid, when you try and put the leg up, you just can't. It's where I'm at. So I'm going to be...
As long as you're making the jokes, it's cool.
I'm trying to breathe and talk at the same time. But yeah, go on. Sorry, yeah, man, I'm here.
You're here, man. It's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yeah, long time, man.
It's there's so many people that, like, in our space that we're cool with that we've not had a chance to, like, vibe with, get on the podcast and just see in general because of COVID and everyone's in different places. So we're trying to get through that kind of, like, list of getting.
I was on you man's next, to be honest, though. I was like, when am I coming on? Yeah, Where is this?
To be fair, yeah, he was meant to. This is how you know COVID really fucked us up. So for our listeners, our last live show was 2019. Yeah, that was I know you was meant to be. I don't know if you was either out of the country or something happened.
I was out of the country, man.
That's what it was. I'm saying. So from that time period, we've all been getting cool and familiar and, like, building the rapport, building a relationship and stuff. So
I'm happy to be here, man. And, like, you know, I love what you guys do. Always banging on about it. I just think, like, there's a lot of pods out there, but what you guys do has substance. It's funny.
I love that, man.
It's you, man, and 2-2s. Those are my two go-to.
Oh, sick, man. Shout out to them, man. I proper enjoyed the episode we had them recently as well. So
yeah. That was cold, man. Such vibes.
No, they're good people. So that was a proper good episode, and yeah, man. It's nice to us still existing and, you know, cracking on.
We're out here, man. It's hard, isn't it? Because I just think COVID has scrambled everything. It scrambled yourself, like, it scrambled the environment, it scrambled fucking creativity. Everyone's just like, who the fuck? Well, that's where I'm at. I'm so happy I can fucking swear because I can't do this on the BBC. So I'm gonna be fucking swearing all the fucking time.
I'm gonna level out your swearing over here, yeah, and I'm gonna be the person that's not gonna put him up because usually me, I'm effing and blinding and
sorry, man.
Nigga this, nigga that.
No ones. I'm so happy I can swear. But yeah, like I think COVID's just spanned everyone. But I'm so happy to see the creatives doing their thing, because I mean, for me, that's what got me through lockdowns, man. Everyone just creating and like consuming content and that. That's kind of just kept me upbeat.
No, there was a lot of Instagram lives. There was there were births of people's shows and stuff, obviously YouTube content. So if you're someone I was able to find a studio somewhere or pattern up from home, I saw people's profiles definitely grow during the lockdown and stuff. So,
man.
So that was definitely good to see.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, so
100%.
But actually, you know what we can do, yeah? For our listenership, I know maybe I didn't do a great job introing you because we're just so relaxed and chilling.
Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about yourself, your backstory, where you're from, and just so they can understand you a bit better.
I'm a South Londoner.
There we go.
Through and through, Blue Borough all day.
There we go. Blue story.
New Cross.
Man said Blue story.
Blue Borough, bro. Blue Borough. I can't talk. Blue Borough, bro. That's where I'm from. So yeah, and I am a broadcaster and presenter and published author now.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a little like
je ne sais quoi, little something.
Yeah, I had to do that little sprinkle. I had to let people know I can bang grammar. You know what I mean? When I need to. But yeah, so I'm out here just a creative person trying to do creative things.
I love that.
And yeah, history, community worker. So like my history has been, I don't want to give away my age, but a very long time working in communities. So working with the youth criminal justice system, I worked in that as well from a supportive perspective. Yeah,
you just got to put that one out there. Just
I wasn't a fed, basically. Not that there's any. Is there?
No. I mean, you're not at the BBC, bro.
Anyway,
relax.
They'll be watching this. I wasn't a police officer.
Okay.
Basically, I did a lot of like, building communities and that.
Dope.
I mean, so that's
so you one of them people that like when people say, people are talking on the timeline, but they don't even do any work. You're one of them people that can be like, I was actually out here doing work.
Do you know what's so mad? You know, I've had people come to me and be like, well, actually, and I'm like, so all my studies and my over a decade's worth of work means nothing. Then I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
I think like when people don't know you and you talk, they have an assumption that you're just talking for talking's sake. For me, if I don't really know something about something, I won't really say much on it. Fair. And if I do and someone pulls me up, I'm always like, right, actually, you're right. I didn't know that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like, I don't say people don't know what they're talking about. I think that's probably a little bit unfair. But I hate to be undermined when I'm talking about something that I've studied and I know about.
Okay, something that you proper lived and
man. Like, and for a long time, I've been out here since I've done community work since I was 16.
How did you get into community work?
I went to like a youth. I did like a lot of youth programs when I was young in my local area, and they had this thing called like a Millennium's volunteer scheme, and I signed up to the volunteer scheme to become like a youth worker, and I did it from then really.
Dope. So
I did it for years and years and years, and then even before then, I worked for like a racial justice organisation in my teens, and that was kind of just supporting them with their IT stuff and kind of like some of their conferences and that called the 1990 Trust. So I've been out here in it.
So like when they say I've been outside, you can,
bro. Yeah, it's been wild, you know. Like it's I'm out here.
That's dope.
I'm big man. Big man.
What's been some of the craziest things you've seen along that journey in terms of like community work?
Yo, craziest things I remember working. So I'm from New Cross in it, and I worked in Deptford, and I remember protecting. Look at me doing this. Yeah, sorry. I remember there was a few kids and some ghetto boys come to rob them, and I remember getting slapped in my mouth. There was like about 7 of them. And I remember telling them, like, leave the kids alone. I wasn't even on beef. I'm not like that. I'm not a bad man, innit? That's just not who I am. But I remember saying to them, yo, like, just leave it. They're kids, leave them alone. I remember getting hit. But at that time, you have to think to yourself, do I want to get bust up? Because if I fight back, we all know what time it is, innit? Like, it's just me one.
But had you clocked that there was 7 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just not going to let the kids get robbed. I can't do it. So if it means that I have to get licked, then I have to get licked. But I want them kids to be safe.
You're a better man than me. I'm like, listen.
Yeah. No, just leave it.
I'll be like, listen, this is
yeah.
a rite of passage.
Yeah.
It's happened to the best of us.
Yeah.
I'll console you after, but I ain't getting boxed. Could we work think about it? Yeah?
They were like 11.
Nah, man.
He said, fuck them kids.
For real. Do you know why?
Hey, because give them your $5. Are you mad?
Do you know why it's peak? Because you see the little juveniles, you beat them up, but they'll nank you. So I'm not playing with them. So my thing is,
these men were older than me.
Even worse.
So I was like 16 at the time. They were like 18, 19. Big man coming to rob these youths. I said, nah.
What,
like,
18, 19 robbing little 11-year-olds?
Yeah.
They got no decorum.
Yeah,
man.
well, this is what I'm saying, man. But it was mad on these streets in the late 90s. It was crazy.
Yeah, so I'm a early 90s baby, so yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
No, take it easy. Yeah. Me, I was 90s. I was born in the 90s.
So that time period, I was really inside the house, boy.
Yeah.
Safe and secure
I was
with
young,
mum and
though.
dad.
I was young. Disclaimer for anyone listening. I'm not 40.
We don't do the ages thing. So it's only Vans that I call an old man. These times he's only like a couple years older than me, and I treat him like he's 77 or something stupid like that.
I'm a young teen, man. I'm just saying,
man.
You know what I mean?
But I love hearing that though, because you know it's important to know in terms of people's backstory, what they've been through.
Yeah.
Because my experience with regards to youth work or anybody, it's not be nice to say, but it's usually like people that are from the roads, and it's maybe they have got genuine passion, they want to help out.
Yeah.
But sometimes, in my opinion, a lot of time it's more because that kind of feels like the only other option. It's like, okay, cool.
I hear you.
I just kind of fell into this thing. It's an opportunity to kind of maybe work some like decent hours that are, I can still do other things around that.
Yeah.
Still be around in the ends. And I get a chance to kind of like tell these kids about my heyday and that, which no one gives a shit about. I don't care about how bad you was in 2002.
You know what though? Like, to offer a bit of grace, I think for some people, it's like when you've done road, you've destroyed your community or parts of your community in some ways, depending on what you've done. Yeah. And for some people, there's something in you that feels like you need to heal. And sometimes you don't even realize it. You know, you're from a particular end. And I always find this really interesting. Like when, you know, like man will take kids and do the whole, what's the county lines things with them.
Yeah.
And like you're getting rated in your ends. And I'm like, you say that you love your ends and you're destroying the children that are inside them. And not every man that does road does that with children, right?
Yeah.
But I just think it's such a conflict. How can you say you love an area that you destroy? It doesn't make sense to me. Or you love your people, you love your community, but you're destroying your community. And for some people, it's like they're in a position where they don't have any choice. Like maybe your dad did it, or your big brother did it, or your socioeconomic means that you feel like you don't have any choice. So I'm not here to judge. Yeah. But what I am saying is, for some people, it's like, yo, I've done this stuff, and I'm a bigger man now, and I understand the impact of what I was doing. Because when I was doing it, I wasn't really thinking about it, and I feel like I need to heal at least something to maybe heal that pain that's inside of me. You know?
No, that's very, very valid. And if that's the case for people like that, then yeah, I couldn't even I always try and find the funny somewhere. That wouldn't be something I joke about. But in regards to the county lines,
you said low.
These Amiris ain't gonna buy themselves, innit? That's why this thing is so fucked up, because what you're saying is right. In essence, man are sending young bucks to go and do a madness, so you can buy drip, you can make money of course, you can obviously continue your business, you can like put a distance between yourself and the roads and that. But the cold hard thing is that a lot of people just look at it as business.
Yeah, of course.
That makes great business sense. How can I get a maximum reward and take as little risk as possible?
Yeah. But
that's how people look at it when you just strip it all down. Then when you do obviously the moral thing, like, right, you're sending these young bucks to go and do certain things and that. But some people think, they're changing their lives, they're giving opportunity to make bread, whatever. You know, it's a weird nightmare because
the risk is your life. So it's like you say. I hear what you're saying in terms of minimum risk. That money that you've got, because it's not official money. Yeah, you never know who's coming to kick down your door. And
no one's thinking about that at the time, bro. We're trying to buy bottles, bro.
Your confession time.
Your hair, no, not me.
Someone said it in it. It wasn't me. But I agree.
No, because these have been listening to us for a long time. It's not me. Let me not pretend, because my friends in the ends are listening like that. It wasn't me. I'm just saying, when I try to get in that mind state, man ain't thinking about that. And for the guys that are, bro, if they're the people that are really switched on, they're aware of it, and they're trying to get to a point where they can wash that money.
Yeah.
Because also, like, if we're gonna, like, many different people have started off in terms of criminality and then gone another way. You got people that were, is it in Boston in America and that, and then eventually they patterned up and got those guys to be the police in that area. And now there's a whole generation of Irish people who, it's just like a tradition now. They control the police force, isn't it? So other people who were doing was it bootlegging, moonshine? People started in criminality, innit? You know, I'm not saying that needs to be our thing, but there's a human cost along the way, and we have to obviously have that conversation and be really honest. But it is funny watching us at times do the goody two shoes thing or try to, whilst other people have no morals and that and are winning in life.
Yeah.
But the problem for us, a lot of what you're saying, I think, if I'm hearing you right, is that we're destroying ourselves in the process.
Yeah, and it's like we're destroying children before they've even got a chance, bro. And that's the thing for me. And like, I it's not even a goody two shoes thing. I think for me, I've done some mad things in my life. I'm not gonna act like I haven't. I absolutely have. Yeah. But there's something about being able to lay my head down at night and know that what I'm doing makes sense. And I'm not hurting anyone in what I'm doing. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, it's that. So it doesn't mean I'm better than anybody. I could talk on somebody else's circumstances, but like I said, I've worked in that system for like a long while. And I think what everyone always forgets is people who break the law, they're still people. They're someone's child, they're someone's brother. Like when you're talking about the maddest things you've seen, right? I remember, and obviously confidentiality, so I'd never be saying anyone's names. I remember working with one of the baddest men on roads, and I've said this on another podcast somewhere, right? I can't remember where it was. And I asked him about his day, and the man burst into tears. He's one of from the area that he was in, and I worked all over London. He was one of the baddest men on road, and he said to me, "No one has asked me how I'm feeling. No one's ever asked me that." And his memories of his childhood are just his bare rejection. But out there, he's known as violent and rough, and he's a bad man, and he's this and he's that. But nobody sees the human behind all of the persona. You know what I mean? So as someone who's got a long history in community work, like a very long history, that's the lens that I see a lot of things through. How do these decisions affect the wider community? Because there's people who do it even more than I have. These are the people who come in and pick up the pieces once everything's shattered. Yeah. And pick up the children and pick up the adults and the mums and the dads and the brothers and the cousins. Youth,
who's having to do the prison visits, all that stuff. That's when people come back, where's your registered address?
Yeah, all of that. Okay, yeah, all of that, man. Yeah, no, this got deep for us, ain't it?
I mean, you know, we just jumped into it.
You're lighting the mood of it.
I was here to talk about DaBaby.
Yeah. Let's talk about DaBaby. Let's jump in. I'm good.
I actually was about just thinking, right, there's bare stuff that I actually don't care about, but at the same time, is a good conversation. Maybe that's where we should possibly start. Like, I don't know if you saw it. I'm asking one person because I hate you not seen it, but like, DaBaby was arguing online with his. So
talk me through this, because I saw. This is the thing. People think I'm bang online all the time. Yeah. I tweet and I leave. Yeah. I know that something happened with the DaBaby.
You put your phone down. Impossible.
Mad.
That's crazy. That
sometimes. Yeah. But what happened? Because I've heard people talking about it.
I mean, the video I saw, he's calling her a side chick. Said, your family know you're a side chick. Everyone knows you're a side chick. The camera pans to his assistant, who's just there like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. They're basically having an argument. He's gone live and they're arguing, innit? So I think from the story I saw,
he's arguing with his girlfriend.
According to him, it's his side chick, not his girlfriend.
Oh,
but who happens to like she's had a child for him recently, and the child's a couple months old and that. Right. And Donnie's now saying he basically wants her to leave the house, innit? So he's trying to kick her out.
So you're disrespecting your child as well as the woman you've been sleeping with.
Essentially, yeah. Cool, so okay. You know, I think calls like a look, not back and forth, but like online, the conversation then starts like, because I think also back in the day she'd been a little bit of a colorist as well. So they're like, sympathy's a little bit capped. But then obviously on the other end, people are like, this just shows how trash like men can be. And then people start talking about, if you were married, would this be like security? Like be careful you're having children for these rappers.
Can we use DaBaby as a case study though? Because
I mean, we can use anybody as a case study.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, come on, man. Like,
in regards to,
no, I'm saying we as like on the TL. Like, I hear what you're saying, and there's all of this kind of, you know, like we look at things in its minutia, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at DaBaby quite generally, like I don't know. Maybe am I cancelling people? So I did.
Bro, you
cancel culture.
Bro, at the start you was like, I don't want to get cancelled. Look at you doing cancelling. You can't be anti-cancelling and then start cancelling.
I'm not anti it. I just don't know if it really exists. It's existed for a few people, but
you got a few anomalies. You know, I hear you maybe in regards to maybe not making them a case study, but it's just interesting to see because I'm like, my thing is we don't need to see none of this shit. Why are you on?
How old's DaBaby?
How old?
Yeah, ain't he like 40?
I don't think he's that old. No, I don't think he's that old.
37. He's late 30s.
That's round about the same thing. Maximum 37.
I think he's nearly 40.
If he is, fair enough. I'll be honest. I don't even actually.
And you're arguing with the mother of your child online.
Yeah, it was all very weird to see in that. Now, if you're recording her because you think she's gonna start being violent, whatever, maybe that angle I hear, but like the conversation was brazy and like even if I want to do a gender, I'm like, brother, she just had a youth for a couple months ago, and your baby's in the house. I don't know if your baby's in the exact room, but your baby's in the yard. And maybe obviously the children they grow up in a digital age.
Of course,
your child might see this later on.
Well, that's what I'd be thinking.
So
is my child gonna see this when I get older? But it's like social media is this mad thing in that as soon as the camera's on, people start performing.
Oh, bro, come on, bro, nigga, dance.
Yeah.
don't you know the rules, bro?
Realize you're dancing.
The camera's on, bro. Bust a move, bro.
Yeah.
Have you not ever seen it in a dance? You just do this to someone, and
people
start. Bro, I was like,
Do you know what I do as soon as the camera's on me? Freeze.
Make
you know, someone gets a bit awkward.
Make everyone uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm a bit like, what do I do now? Do I smile? Am I serious? What's going on?
And the funny thing is, even though me saying it in banter and stuff, bro. We need the A girls. We need them in the dance now because
of course we do.
They create the vibes, innit? But it's just funny watching everybody. Like as soon as the camera's on, you just got to do something. Move your hands, move your feet, like jazz hands. Do something, innit? Like. But
I'd love to know the conversations DaBaby's having when the camera's off, and when you ain't on Twitter, and when no one's around, and people are sitting there talking to you. Do you know what I mean? And
but then in that my assumption would be someone like that who's very high profile, probably got a lot of money, and in their immediate circle, they're probably the big dog. Who's really telling that person what to do, how to move?
I agree, but are you moving the same way when the cameras aren't on? There's just something about, I'm not absolving him of his behaviour. Yeah. It could be worse. I don't know.
That's where I'm more lean towards. Yeah. If you're showing all of that stuff unprovoked,
then when the camera's off, you're a madman.
What are you doing? You know? Yeah.
I feel you. I just always wonder about these man though, like.
What, as in what, women, rappers, entertainers?
Yeah, everybody, like all these people who are online and like perform to the camera. I'm always like, what are you like when the camera's off?
Yeah,
I would love to know. Because we all go on the performance, don't we?
Yeah,
and we all make judgments on these people, and even I do it. We all do it based on the performance in front of the camera and the views that they put that out there online. But we're multifaceted people, and we're dynamic people, right? So I always wonder to myself, like, what are you like when the camera's off? And quite often, I usually think you're probably worse. You know what I mean? But I would love to know.
My thing is either probably worse or you're proper really, really normal, super boring. Like, see those really high profile, mad celebs and that. Of course, big house. A lot of assistance around the house in regards to like maid cleans and that, but like the actual sit down watch shows that we watch.
You're just eating fucking pizza.
Yeah, like man, they're eating super noodles like for breakfast. Yeah. Just normal stuff, innit? Like,
so not only are you a dickhead, your fucking diet's bad as well.
Yeah, but most of us are like that as well, bro.
Are you eating super noodles for breakfast?
No, but I'm in between body sizes right now.
I'm joking.
You know that in between phase where like you can't really buy a new drip because you want to lose weight, and it also you don't want to accept that you're getting bigger, so you just keep wearing tracksuits.
That was me the whole lockdown, you know. You know when that scale hit 17 stone.
Jesus,
I knew it was time to do something.
Yeah, you got to deadlift the whole house.
Yeah, 17 stone. I said, wow, nothing fits me. Just tracksuit.
People start inviting you out and you're like, what's the dress code?
I can't even reach.
Yeah, it's peak.
Yeah. I don't even have the clothes to go. Them ones.
Listen, man. Body positivity, innit?
Fuck off, man.
that don't work for the man. Though.
I agree generally.
No, it's BS. RNA time. That don't work for the man. For the women,
I agree with.
But even the women, bro, I've seen Adele's back with a new body in that, and I see is it Janet Street Porter?
Yeah.
She wrote some mad article about her and that. It's just like when someone's now really successful and she's also body wise probably leans more to the accepted like body type and stuff.
Yeah.
Now people have got a lot to say about her. At the end of the day, your body's your body, and she can't be a fat icon forever. Like if she decides to lose weight for whatever reason she chooses, it's on her. You've still got to live your life, and she's made her choice for her. You can't live vicariously through her forever.
Yeah, definitely. But I think you can have that conversation, and not you're doing this, but what I see generally from other people, and not rubbish people who are fat. I'm a fat guy, you know. Yeah. So you know when people are chatting this shit,
you take it to heart.
It may be a little bit sometimes. Not too much to heart, but I'm like, you're also talking about me. Show some respect.
Yeah.
I had to eat a lot of it. Cost a lot of money to get like this.
I said, do you know what it took me to get to this place?
A lot of late nights. Are you mad?
I said, bare late nights, bare
but
early
there's an
mornings.
element of me.
I was out here grinding.
Yeah, I was out
Krispy Kremes.
Yeah. Do you do that? Because I do go Krispy Kremes at 1 a.m. You know.
No. I've been known, but obviously I usually accompany on a late one and anyone's age.
Box of 12.
You just see the lights and that, and it's like, yeah, it's Krispy Kreme time. When you're with a woman late night, boy. Hey.
But you know, I'm saying like they can have the conversation about Adele without making people who are overweight. And there's an element of me that's acceptable. People who might be a little bit bigger, people would have a lot more to say. Do you know what I mean? But they can have the conversation about Adele without rubbishing people who are bigger than she is.
No,
you know what I mean? That Janet, what's her name? Janet Street Porter.
Janet Street Porter, yeah.
How do you fucking survive being that miserable? Is my question. What a miserable human being.
But it probably pays the bills, and that person might be playing a role. So similar to what we're saying about like, you're interested to see how people are when the camera's off. That person might just be, okay, this is the role I've got to play in the media, and then they double down, so they become even more of an arsehole and like. So like the kind of Kate Hopkins thing, you see you're getting rewarded, whether it's it might not be monetary straight away, it might just be clicks, retweets, more appearances, but it feels like, okay, this is what the people want from me, let me keep doing it. Because over here, we're going, oh yeah, you're an arsehole, and maybe a little bit, there might be racial undertones because Adele's now dating a black man, and
then she's still about Meghan Markle.
Yeah, Meghan Markle, so that reference is obvious, and it's just off the back of her doing an interview with Oprah, so that's 2.5 blacks, so, you know. She might be, that's what she might be leaning to, but we now complain that might also like drive attention to the article, and that article gets more impressions. It's a win-win. Yeah, you just so next week, don't
give people the link.
I'm gonna triple down, not double down. It's even more. You know,
all that aside, she's fucking insufferable.
She's but you just say it's what it is. Yeah, she's just an old bitch, innit? Like it's what it is, bro.
I mean, those aren't the words I'm using.
Okay, cool. Cool. These views are not shared by the BBC.
These views are not upheld by Richie Brave.
Okay,
you know
cool.
I just think
I'm gonna put in like Richie BBC Brave.
No, I beg. But no, she's insufferable though.
Yeah. But that person gets on daytime TV. I've watched this person since I was young be on TV and stuff. So it's clearly working, isn't it? So you know, but yeah, it is funny to see, and like we all do the dance. So we should ignore, but we respond on our end. We quote, retweet the post.
Yeah,
which gives it more attention. It's like we're suckers, we're gluttons for punishment type of thing on our end as well. So
that's why I had to block Piers Morgan.
Okay,
because I was just sitting there angry every day, thinking like, what am I doing?
And he's winning.
Yeah, but you know, people are like, if someone says something online, don't retweet them and give that. You're not saying this.
Yeah,
but you know, like
I don't sound anything like that.
No, you don't. No. But this is my Twitter voice.
Yeah.
Like, don't retweet them. You're giving them attention. You're stupid. And I'm like, sometimes I want to revel in the bullshit. Sometimes I want to retweet and chat shit and get it out of my system.
Fair.
But Piers Morgan, I woke up one day and said, Richie, you can't live like this anymore, bro. You don't even know this guy. Yeah. You just have to
Don't tell me in your house, you've got a dartboard, with Piers Morgan's face on it, and there's just bare holes in that.
There's not one in my house, there's one in my heart.
Man's hitting treble 20s all throughout the day.
Bro, there's one in my heart, man. You know, there's just some names, every time you hear them, something just goes, Piers Morgan's one of them.
And he's over there flourishing, doesn't give a shit about you. That's why the game is so rigged in that. So
you're so right, man.
Yeah, but I hear it. Listen, sometimes you just need to get it off you and that. But that's why I'm not overly mad when people do respond. But I think it's hard to say as a community, as a culture, we're not all one. We're not all gonna think the same.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do understand why sometimes like it might just be good to ignore. But
no, you're right.
It is what it is, because I've been that time. I'm like, this is shit, or I respond to. Sometimes you ignore. Yeah. Sometimes you engage.
Sometimes man has just to get told, innit?
No, of course. You know, it's needed, bro. Like it's very much needed. Some people need to know about themselves, and then what then happens if you don't tell them about themselves, they then go too far. And what happens when he went a little too far with Meghan Markle, and then Mama lost his job and that. So
you have to pattern people.
Maybe sometimes you do need to kind of pull your coattails early doors, so you get that chin check and okay, I can't take the piss too much, because you push that line, you're gonna think you can push a line forever. And my man probably thought that, and that's why he was running around like he can do what he wants. And then
he's kind of disappeared as well now.
Yeah, he will come back eventually. It always happens.
Look at us giving him energy, you know.
I mean, I need to get it off me.
Yeah.
I need to get like
off of me onto you.
Get a little monkey off my back and stuff with it. So, do you know what we'll do? I don't know if we overly finished the whole DaBaby thing and that, but like I think we can. I don't even mind doing little chatty patty stuff this week. We can do the cultural commentary stuff this week, innit? So
we can do whatever, man.
I don't know if you see Sideman's tweet. It says, "I find it difficult to feel sorry for gal that have babies with popping rappers. I want to feel sorry for Dani Leigh, but it's difficult for me when I say rapper. That's code word for horny child with money. Translation is, what's gonna save these gal? If you have a child with a rapper, you are choosing to have a child with a horny adolescent that just won a lottery. Do you listen to their lyrics? It's like a brochure for lifelong heartache. Yet still, gal – nosedive into the madness, LOL."
Okay.
Thoughts, as they would say online?
Do you know, I responded to the tweet, to be honest.
Okay, you engaged. Cool, let's go.
I engaged. But I just think you can't flatten the experience. Not every rapper is the same.
Yeah.
You can't absolve someone for their responsibility of fuckery just because they're a rapper.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, you knew what you was getting. So every rapper in the world, like, I just mean, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more nuanced than that. And
Fair.
I just think, like, people still need that. People make shit decisions. Like, there's lots of things that we need to explore.
Yeah.
So it's the self-esteem of the person that's getting into a relationship with someone who's treating them badly. It's what that person's telling them. We're not laying in the bed with them. It's the almost...
Yeah, because my man could be gingering a nice,
yeah, we
gassing
don't
her up
know.
and that. Yeah.
Exactly. It's almost the reveling in women having negative experiences. I'm not really comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I think some of the things that follow, like mothers raising their children on their own, and some of the reinforcing of the stigma that's associated with that.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't know, I don't think we can be out here talking
Oh,
about...
is it you think like this isn't one to kind of celebrate, like, haha, women, you're not doing
and
good.
it felt like that to me, and that makes me uncomfortable, because it's like we're talking about protecting women, uplifting women, etc.
Yeah.
How are we reveling in their pain? It doesn't make sense to me. So we can have a conversation around making better choices and saying, reinforcing your self-esteem and your value, and not putting up with things from particular men. But for me, saying, oh, I've got no sympathy, it doesn't work for me. But again, I come from a community perspective, and upliftment, that's what I'm about. So I'm trash. I like to chat shit. But like, my base and who I am at my core is about upliftment.
Yeah, so that's your natural bias, because you are as a person at your core, like, this for you, regardless of celebrity, just will never be funny.
Nah, because I just like, for me, I just can't revel in somebody's. Can I revel in someone's pain if I don't like them? Probably.
Yeah, of course we can. We'll find
definitely
one before the end of the podcast, definitely.
But but generally, like, it just, that didn't sit well with me, especially as somebody who talks about uplifting women.
In regards to
women.
my man.
Yeah. So I just thought, like,
so
come on, man.
is it maybe an issue of the message and the messenger? Because I generally feel like, obviously on the internet, so we could, like I said, we're talking about stuff that maybe not a lot of people care about. What I find it interesting is on Instagram, that shit was slapping, and the majority of people seem to be engaging that content well. On the Twitter space, it didn't get the reception, innit? So
yeah, you know what it is, and I think Instagram and Twitter are very different.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna come on here and tear down another black man in the spaces that I'm in. I won't do that.
Yeah,
but I just feel like that could have been done better, in a better way, and Sideman knows that. You know what I mean? I feel like he has the knowledge to know that.
Okay. So
the way that landed for me, it just didn't land right. I'm just like, we can't be talking about upliftment, because I mean, he talks about that a lot, and quite rightly so, the importance of uplifting women. That's in direct contrast to what you're saying. So where does it sit? So someone else could make the argument, like, yo, you talk about uplifting, like, with a rapper, you know what you're getting, and then you get into a relationship and he treats you in a particular way, or you get ruse. Someone can make the same argument. Well, you talk about uplifting women all the time, and we should support women, and then I get into a relationship with you, and you're laughing at a woman's misfortune. That's in that a woman should know what they're getting with you, but they don't. So all these things are linked, right? You know what I mean? It's like, we never really know what we're getting from somebody. And if we get something, there is something about going in with your eyes wide open. Yeah. And there is something about people making negative choices. But the only ways that you can stop making somebody making negative choices is to uplift them and show them something better. It's not laughing at their pain. But my empathy isn't capped in that way.
But is there not room for tough love at times? Because
there is.
In this situation, it's on. Celebrity examples always mad, because it's an example on steroids.
Yeah.
So I think this might be baby mum. And some people don't like that term, but baby mum number 3. Yeah. So you've seen him have multiple children with more than one person, and there was even, like, in song lyrics and posts, like, little cheeky remarks in regards to those women, and you being better because you're yellow bone and he might like you more. So you then go over there. It's like, my thing is, if you want to cross the road in the middle of traffic and you get hit by a double-decker bus, but there was an opportunity to cross the road, press the button, wait for the green man, or cross at the zebra crossing, where something could still happen, but it looks a bit more safe, and you decide to cross the road, and when you shouldn't have crossed and get hit by a double-decker, it's still RIP, but I wouldn't have crossed the road that way.
Well, you wouldn't have, but we're human beings, and can we say we've made the right choice in every single situation?
Absolutely not. Come on.
And then add emotions into that as well.
Yeah.
And then that's why I'm talking about the consideration around self-esteem, and we don't know what that person was going through. We don't know their bond.
We haven't seen the rules, bro. When you're a celebrity, you're not a human being, bro. You're here for our content and our consumption.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
We don't care.
We're a celebrity. We don't care about your life, bro. You've got millions of followers. allegedly a lot of bread. So in our world, you're not human beings. So we can
I hear
just talk about you. We can dissect your life and every aspect.
And I do it. So this is the thing. We're all contradictions. I'm saying all of this. There are things that I've said that are probably a bit wayward as well.
Of course.
About celebrities, you know. But I just think in that situation. And again, you know, we talk about lenses. I did 10 years in domestic abuse.
Okay.
So I'm biased sometimes.
Like I said, you're natural. Even as we're sitting here, I'm getting to know you, understand you more.
Yeah.
I'm not this. What you're saying doesn't surprise me. Like, and if you had a different opinion, I would be a little bit shocked actually, because your natural, like your experience, you can't even, something's just not gonna find funny, or like you're gonna have zero tolerance for.
Yeah.
And then when you add the extra caveat that if you present to us that you are one way.
Yeah.
In regards to, I want to protect women, I've got this dance. Maybe you just got to do that dance fully. You can't then stand in this lane like kind of Kevin Samuel-esque, toxic-esque, really harsh, tough love-esque lane when you're over there. And if I'm going to be a bit harsh as well, a little bit of me like does find the whole thing, not what he's saying, but the whole circus around it funny, where that's a bit of like the women's like creation. Sometimes I feel like maybe they should have vetted my man a bit more.
Who?
Sideman, so he wouldn't be running around like he's packed.
Okay.
Like I said, I've got my harsh undertones in it, so I know my message might not be received by everybody, but like I sit there and go, that's you lot's problem to fix, bro. And they were flogging him online. They were correcting him and saying like, yo, listen, it's 9 a.m. That's the first thing you want to talk about, and they were getting onto him. But I just feel like, yo, it was too easy to do the whole, I'm doing this routine. Nah, brother, chill out. Like, I'm happy you're over here, but like, just relax a little piece and let's just see that you are who you say you are.
I think we all have to have dialogue though. And that's the thing. Like, for me, from a community perspective, it's like, it's the same thing again, right? I never think something is their problem to fix. And when I say their, I mean any group. I see it as a collective, and we're connected.
But that's very tongue in cheek in regards
to, bro,
like,
I know what you mean.
Online engagement. If this was real serious outside issues, come on. But like, it's more like
online things.
I ain't gonna quote you, my man, and like say anything bad about him, because this is you lot's problem to fix. Like if it was like a generic man dem thing on the internet and that, it's on us lot to have a chat about it.
Yeah, I hear it.
Because any other day you tell us to stay out women's business, innit? So you lot firm that one.
You know the thing for me, even if we don't agree with what each other's are saying online and what we do, we're interlinked. We're part of a community, right? And I feel like that's why dialogue is so important. Of course. And that's why we need to talk so much. And the problem is I think this pulling up of people, and like there have people who've pulled me up online when I've said something. Okay. And I've never, everyone has an ego, and your ego kicks in first. And sometimes you have to reflect and be like, right, like you're fucking right. I'm chatting fucking shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think we need to get used to, I don't know about making a spectacle of someone, but I do think like we should have space where we're able to say, right, you know what? Like you're moving a bit mad, or what you're saying is a problem because of this. I think that's really important. It happens to me, so it should be happening to other people. And my whole thing is not to rubbish the guy. I don't think that's fair. No. But I do think the messaging could have been a lot better. You know, and there's going to be drops of truth. There is something about people making better decisions. Yeah. There is, right? But for me, I just can't cap my empathy for somebody in a shit position. I can't do it. Because I just think, you've made poor decisions. Yeah. But I've seen people make poor decisions every day. But the nature of me is like, right, okay, you've made that poor decision. How do we make sure that doesn't happen again? Facts. I'm not going to revel in your shit. Because we've all had shit that we've gone through, you know?
And it is, I don't think I don't think my man is even reveling that much. It might just be like the online routine. I was saying earlier about doing the dance.
Yeah. Or just leaning like something to talk about.
Leaning into agendas, playing up to certain roles, maybe thinking this is what people want from you. Because if the Instagram is lapping up that content, then maybe you can start thinking, okay, cool, this is what they want from me. Because you know it is, there's been, this might be a little stretch, but there's been over, I think, best part maybe 8 years at this point, maybe even a little bit longer. There's been that online, it's always in the background. Who's the UK Charlemagne? Who's the outspoken person? And nobody's fully taken it on in regards to like our black media space. Yeah. But that talk has been there for a while. And every now and then when someone pops up and does something maybe a little bit left, or they try and go for the outrage thing, I could be reaching. I look and maybe someone's trying to go for that kind of playbook because
Possibly.
nobody's truly owned that lane.
Yeah, it's hard to make a judgment when I don't know.
Yeah,
you know when you don't know any of these people.
that's what it is. We know you because we see you on the internet. That's how online works, man.
Yeah,
if we see you online, we know you in it, even though we truly don't know. Even though we truly don't know each other, innit? We don't know anyone we can deal with. We don't know why someone's woke up in the morning and decided to do this video. They may feel like, bro, I need to get these impressions, these likes, these retweets, whatever, because I'm trying to work at this brand. I'm trying to build my following. Or they've seen an example of other people doing the outrage marketing thing. Because if you talk about topical things, I've seen people saying earlier about people building their following during lockdown and us like applauding it.
Yeah.
People did that on Clubhouse throughout the whole of lockdown.
Clubhouse was what?
I saw people that I never knew to have any opinions. Talking up a madness,
their phone.
but I kind of liked it. Cause I'm you went from 0 to 5, 10, 15, X amount of thousands, and you might have a lane for yourself now, innit?
Yeah, it's wild. Some of the let me fucking tell you about BBLs, and you're like, what? Like, bro, what do you know about B?
We all pretend like, oh, a lot of these conversations are low brow and that, but they circle back. Even this whole thing with like DaBaby and Dani Leigh. Yeah, the reason why, like, even I don't mind talking about, and we joke about, oh, this is stuff people don't really care about. We do because who you decide to partner with, have a child with, is going to have a massive impact in your life. That's why relationship style content in regards to podcasting, YouTube, is always going to work because in the real world, it has an impact. Yeah.
And you know what? I said tongue in cheek with like, we can't really use DaBaby as a case study, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this now. You see that lowbrow shit?
Yeah,
I love it,
bro. Yeah,
bro, I love it. I love,
and I want us to just be more honest. Yeah, like
I love it,
bro. My heyday of like trash TV is like Geordie Shore. I love that shit.
I love that lowbrow shit. I'm not above it in the slightest.
Yeah,
I love it. I revel in it even.
They say just roll around in the mud and that.
Bro, I love the lowbrow. I love it. I don't get me wrong. I love the highbrow thing. But I think when you engage with stuff that's so serious, for me, escapism is just that lowbrow trash.
Yeah, because deep down you know that I could never do this, but I rate you lot for like showing your nyash like this on TV.
Yeah.
Well, you lot having sex on TV? Like, I remember the classic Makosi scene on Big Brother.
Yo. God bless Makosi.
Yeah, wherever you are.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Shout out to you, man. But I could never imagine myself being on TV. And then she goes in the diary room. I think I'm pregnant. Babes, man.
It was very wild.
It was a couple pumps, man.
Yeah,
relax, man.
Fucking good TV, though.
Amazing TV. Vanessa Feltz had a meltdown, bro. All those things I couldn't, bro. God forbid I'm ever on TV melting down and people laughing at me, but it was amazing TV.
Yeah, Nikki Graham. Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
The Cool Flay thing. It wasn't just one boat. It's fucking mountains of them. I love that woman.
And when was this Sylvester Stallone's mum? And I think Bridget Nielsen. And she was like, "Oh yeah, Jackie." When she's coming because she's seen her ex-mother-in-law and that's like all those things. I remember those things because a lot of that stuff. It's funny. We laugh here. I used to watch Big Brother with my parents.
Yeah. Same.
I remember my mum being in Leeds and seeing Science. And she's like, "Oh, just see this guy that we used to watch on TV." I was like, "Mum, don't move like a groupie, man. Allow it, man."
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. I think that is like that's something I always try and make clear. I'm not above that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's always a contrast in it because again, I said that we all contradict ourselves and we're all hypocrites. I'm hypocrites.
Hypocrite. Over here we say we're hypocrites, you know.
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like very much hypocritical because I'm talking about community and actually like the hypocritical part of me is I'm engaging with television that essentially portrays the community negatively. And I'm honest in saying that I revel in that. And it's a battle that I have to walk.
Like pretend like we're like positive 10 times like it's dumb, it's stupid. And sometimes it's like who are we trying to do this for? If it's solely for us, cool. But a lot of the time the respectability thing, it's for the white. It's for the white gays, and there's something really like shit about that. Like you only want to look good in front of them, man, because you don't want to feel embarrassed.
Do you know what? To a degree, but I feel like our communities have an element of social conservatism in them as well. Like our communities do, like as West Indians, as West Africans.
Once you commonalities, Islam, Christianity, certain political views, we have them across the board, innit? So I know what you mean. As our base. We're actually very conservative. Yeah. Listen, Saturday night slackness, Sunday morning, hallelujah.
So, you're so right, man. You're so right.
Many a night I've rolled into the house and I know I dare not miss Sunday service. I'm late, but I can't miss it. And Mumsy knows. Like I never would admit, even as a grown man, I'll never drunk them times. She knew I was drunk, but you can't miss service, innit?
Listen, I left church when I was 19, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked back still.
You didn't look back?
I haven't looked back.
Man said...
Hey, those late teenage years were wild. I was a Christian up until 19 and then that was it.
What caused the... So what caused the split for you?
Reading and like... I've always known about my history, but discovering more about my history and connecting to my own spirit and like realizing that I can have a relation. And that's not to rubbish anyone's religions. I think anything that brings you peace and a connection should be celebrated. But I realized that my connection with God or a higher power, and I'm not an atheist. I tried to be one. Some things happened. I was like, right, I can't be one. You know what I mean? But like my connection to God is much bigger than the religion that I was following at the time. So for me, it took a different, and like my ancestors had their own beliefs and their followings, like that was tens of thousands of years before religion. So for me, like spirit is something very personal, in the same way that I would have a personal friendship with you. The ways that you will be friends with somebody else will be completely different.
I feel you.
And I feel like our relationship with the higher power is very individual, and I became more in tune and spiritual when I left the church. But that isn't the same for everybody. It was just how it worked for me.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people just don't want to follow the rules anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there was part of that as well. I was moving mad.
Our generation, it was you go uni, so now the obligation. I think when you take away the routine from it, then you find out if you really are who you maybe thought you were in regards to your upbringing. And if you're not, then it's like, oh, let me find myself. And like anything, if you go from going to church every Sunday, every Friday, Wednesday, to now maybe living far away from home and you haven't got a church community and you don't go to church for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, and then you only go back when you're back home with your parents, then you know, so.
But I think there's still something so beautiful about that community.
No, like I've got very fond memories of like, you know, certain elders picking me and my sisters up on a Sunday morning if like my parents were at work and stuff or whatever was going on in our household. They still had that, and like I hold those people still very dear to me. So like that, more than anything, it's the community thing.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And I still have like even a lot of us now who are older and like doing stuff creatively, I've got still a lot of people from my church times that we're now connected through the internet and stuff. And no matter how much time there is between the last time I spoke to them, we shared so many years in church. Yeah. Those my bros, those my sisters, you know. So that's one element I do miss. So every now and then I'm just like, I might be during the week like listening to some old school Kirk Franklin. Now I'm just like,
do you ever go back? Do you ever like pop in?
Here and there. Usually it's watch night service.
Okay.
So you know, end of the year and that. There's Mumsy knows he'll come for that one. Yeah. But last couple of years I've been outside of it, so I have to go this year, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
We've got to go and say some prayers and give some thanks.
No,
and that, so.
I feel you.
But even that is dope, isn't it? Like just seeing in the new year with all those people on one accord and everyone's like so grateful and wishing each other well, and it's a nice way to start the year. Definitely. And even for an hour later you're drunk somewhere Trafalgar Square, it doesn't matter. Yeah. It's
you're
what
still,
it is.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I had to do that dance, and one of shouts out to cameraman Sosa, who was podding us for a little while before obviously COVID hit and having a little one and stuff. His birthday's on the 30th, so there's always, even if we don't celebrate New Year's, we're going out for his birthday. So I'd be in church, and between like 11:45, I'm messaging the man. I'm like, okay, cool. How am I going to sneak out? Mumsy knows I'm going to go, but like, I kind of just got to do it and not let her see. Respect her enough to not do it in front of her face.
She just hears the door close.
Yeah, like between like 12:15 and like 12:45, I've gone toilet like 2 times. So when you see me get up again, oh, he's be back in a minute. Not knowing the third time,
you're gone.
I'm gonna cut.
No,
I love
the respect.
That was a little dance, a little routine, because she knows. Like, and also it's like he's one of his best friends' birthday. How can he be the only one all his mates are and he's not there in it? So there's always that battle. And
you say he's a party animal, yeah?
No, I'm not even a party animal. I wouldn't even say that.
Okay,
but it's like FOMO. You don't want to miss out on it.
Yeah. No,
your mates are enjoying. It's like, well, and it's your friend's birthday. And it's New Year's, and it's the one kind of time you're guaranteed where everybody's going to be there. Yeah, there's nothing worse than growing up when parties happening. Like, it can be a dead party, but
you just want to be there.
You want to or you missed one where everybody's there.
Yeah. And they're telling you the stories the next day or the next weekend.
And then you risk it now, maybe like a week later, and maybe break your curfew or sneak out, whatever. And you go there and the party's shit. So destroying. You go there, the party's dead. You know when you come home, you're going to face the music.
Do you know
And
what?
it wasn't even worth the risk.
People gonna be like, I can't believe your parents are so irresponsible. I started raving when I was like 13, 14.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And it's so weird. It's so weird.
What, nightclub raving?
Yeah,
or
nightclub raving. I went to my first nightclub at 13. I remember as clear as day. I remember it.
How early did you have a beard?
Oh, do you know what? I had a moustache at 13, 14. And I
Okay.
was like 5'10". I'm 6'1" now.
Yeah.
I was about 5'10" then.
Yeah, so because if me, that ain't working.
My sister's 10 years older than me as well.
Oh, so
I'd
you
go
should...
places with her as well. I used to go all like Ministry of Sound when I was 16.
Serious?
Yeah, enough. I used to, and then when I hit 18, they started IDing everyone.
Was you... This I'll be able to tell you age. Was you raving, obviously raving
Yeah,
when you meant to be legally raving, was you raving when they were still smoking in dances? Were you in the dance where you could smoke cigarettes in a dance?
I would neither confirm or deny.
Okay, cool. Have you ever been in the Ministry of Sound, yeah, and smelt something that smells like weed, but also has a pungent smell as well? That could be something else.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Do you know what to be?
You was outside early then.
Yeah, early. Do you know, I've been in clubs and no, like the smell is definitely not weed.
Yeah.
When people were bringing glass pipes into clubs.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you know I was there back in the day.
Yeah.
I wasn't smoking the glass pipe. Let's be clear.
Hey, put out that disclaimer, you know.
Yeah, people just have to know, you know.
Yeah. You know, that's not a disclaimer. That's a correction.
Yeah. I have to correct people because we were watching this like, he was smoking the glass. No,
Richie smoking coke.
Yeah.
It turned out
But
right.
people were doing it in the club. Yeah, back in the day, I remember it's clear as day, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was out here like young. But
what's raving like then compared to now?
do you know what's so interesting, bro? Like see, I'm giving away my age. I was out here on the garage scene, right?
Okay.
It wasn't jungle, so I'm not that old.
Yeah.
But I was out here on the garage scene, and like, we didn't have A clubs. It wasn't really like that. There was image,
Okay.
but people come to rave. Like if I go out, I go to house music.
Yeah.
So this weekend I'm going to see Black Coffee live.
Dope.
Can't wait. Such a G. So like my experience of clubbing is,
you were raving people actually wanted to go out and dance.
Yeah. Even now where I go, because it's house music.
Yeah.
People don't wear smart clothes. They come in. I mean, the funky scene was like that. People would dress up. Girls will come in ball gowns and trainers. Like on the funky scene.
A man was wearing Lyle Scott with matching Vans.
Yeah, proper ball gowns on the funky scene. But everyone come to dance. I used to go, shouts out to Scholar T. I used to go to Persona in Brixton.
Wow.
I mean, I was an adult by then.
Yeah.
But it was that kind of vibe. The garage scene, everybody was like they come to rave.
I've seen them old school for you follow those like black British pages on Instagram, and you see certain people's like mums and uncles and stuff and aunts, whatever, and you're like, yeah, you look, because we're so stupid sometimes. We're like, oh, you lot was born adults. No, they had a life as well, innit?
Yeah.
It was proper raving and having a good time.
But like UK places like Recess, everyone comes to dance there. It's good.
Yeah,
vibes.
no, it's like that's been really good, and we've spoken about it numerous times on the podcast. Having your recesses, having your DLTs.
Everyday people I go to. I've not been to DLT actually.
Yeah.
We've got like everyday people here as well.
Yeah.
And those are vibes. Everyone comes to vibes. So we still have it. But I just think it was different back then, you know what I mean? In the 2000s, the noughties.
Before the social media camera era and stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, now you're showing my age, because the things I was up to, there was no camera phones, you know?
Yeah.
If there was camera phones in my heyday, I would not be.
But there's there's something to be said there. Apart from like just doing like nostalgia thing, there is something to be said about like being somewhere you know you're not meant to be at yet. Yeah. So you're enjoying ahead of the curve. So it's almost unfair. Like even I'm asking you a question like, it's obviously going to be that era because you know at 13 I shouldn't be here. Yeah. But you're probably chatting to grown up.
But you know what's so mad?
Your vibes in.
My parents let me go. But here, respect, right?
Yeah.
My mum and dad would let me go raving, but I wouldn't ask to leave. If I wasn't raving, I wouldn't even think about leaving the house after 8 o'clock. Even at the age of 16, I'd still ask them. That's what I mean. There was my parents they gave me freedom in a particular way because they knew I'd be safe. But the respect was that I'd never have to sneak out. Even in school, I never bunked a day of school in my life.
Yeah, that's
not one. I mean, I hit college and it was game over.
Oh yeah, come on.
But in school, I didn't.
Once you got your NI number, you can do what you want.
Yeah, I was gone. I was out. But like as a youth, like my parents would let me go raving, but the respect was still there. I didn't even need to get beats. I would never step out and do things that would disrespect them or upset them.
Yeah.
But they gave me that freedom, and I'm glad they did, because it wasn't sexy to me when I got older. I didn't go out there and get mash up every night because I wasn't able to do it when I was younger. I knew what raving was, and I was there for the music. I wasn't there for the madness. You know?
Yeah, that's good, man. It's nice to hear that people still going out to
Uncle
just have
Richie.
a good time. Yeah. Let's go.
Kids.
We might have to title this one Uncle Richie. That might have to be the title of this episode. You know. Oh my days. Even our generation, like, I'm trying to think. Did I? No, I don't think
our generation.
I don't think I went raving earlier than I should have.
Okay.
Definitely out late, or like house parties, or like sometimes like local community hall parties.
Okay.
But when I went raving, I went with my identification. I went like when I was legally allowed to go. That
wait, was it the funky scene was that popping when you first?
Yeah. That was popping. Yeah, that.
And I'm trying to gauge your age, innit? So
no, I'm 30. So yeah.
You ain't that much younger than me then.
No, but I always, if you're a year or two older than me, you're fucking old.
Oh, so when you was talking, I was thinking, so you must be like 26.
No, I said it earlier. Like, if Vans is a couple years older than me, and I always banter him like he's an old man. So yeah, no.
Hey, so alright, cool.
I'm on the cusp, innit? So
yeah.
So yeah, no, our era was definitely funky house. We still you would still get a little bit of grime here and there, and then UK rap. So like, I remember it was a big deal when. This was like maybe like early uni times when Skepta and Gigs did a song Lookout, and that was going off in the uni dances. That was our era, innit? So obviously these kids now they're going for a time period of like thriving UK rap, Afro beats. We still obviously had a lot of dancehall as well.
Yeah, I'm a dancehall man.
Exactly. So
like that's me all over, man.
Yeah,
I was in raves when power was popping. You know what I mean?
Was you in the middle doing elbow?
Yeah. All day, like you see a mosh pit. Love that. You're barking up the wrong tree. The spotlight's on me.
So how would you have reacted if you was at Astro World? We spoke about it a little bit last week.
Yo, bro. It's so funny. I did a show on it on Sunday, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's tragic.
Yeah.
There was like a 9-year-old boy who died the other day.
Yeah, I saw that came out, yeah.
Yeah. I love mosh pits, but it's always quite controlled when I'm in.
I keep hearing that,
yeah. Yeah. It's quite a controlled experience.
It's controlled chaos.
The Astro World didn't feel like controlled chaos to me.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like there was any control at all. I'd have been, I don't know what I'd have been like.
Not to obviously, because we spoke about it last week. How do you? What's your thoughts in regards to blame? Because we've got a clip out on YouTube at the moment, like who's to blame? Where do you feel the blame kind of lies?
I spoke about that yesterday, Sunday on the show.
Yeah.
Like in terms of responsibility, health and safety comes first, right? So when you're putting on an event, you need to be responsible for the people that were there. If you're talking more generally about a club or a night, then everyone has a responsibility. The venue has a responsibility. The people who are putting on the event has a responsibility. The artists have a responsibility. And we also have a responsibility for each other. But when it comes to Astro World, those people were put in a position where they didn't have any choice. So it would have been, it doesn't matter how conscientious those people were, you were getting crushed because there was nowhere for you to move. But then you're looking at people who stormed the gates. So there might have been, I don't know. So
that's where what you're saying. I think I like that you said that, because I think when I was looking and listening back, sorry to cut you.
Yeah, no,
our episode last week, I think maybe in a conversation myself and Vans or S were having, maybe it was me, maybe it wasn't them. I think that got lost a little bit where the audience also have responsibility themselves. So like you said, I felt that Travis kind of creates an environment for that behaviour.
The rage and
people
stuff, right?
did storm the gates. He also can't legislate for people jumping on top of ambulances. Like, let the people through to help. Like everyone's, like I said, you got responsibility yourself and other people here. Something's happening. If an ambulance is coming through, why are you jumping on an ambulance? Like,
and they have capacity for a reason.
Yeah,
like it isn't just a number that people pull out the sky. This is a health and safety number to be able to control a situation when it happens. Yeah. So that's why I feel like more generally, everyone has a the people who lost their lives don't have a responsibility. I'm not talking about individual responsibility, but I'm talking collectively as a crowd that's going to an event. We have to be conscientious of the people that are there. If you are an artist on stage and you see something popping off, you should be shutting that down. Shut that shit down. Yo, shut the music off. Something's happening. We've all got a responsibility in that space, whether you're the artist, health and safety, promoter, whatever.
Hey, well, I said it last week. America, litigious society. We'll definitely see. We've seen the lawsuits already happening with regard to Travis. They even tried to rope Drake into one as well. So it's
gotta watch it unfold.
Yes, we're gonna watch it unfold. But